What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fleet Brothers podcast. Today, I have a big announcement video for y'all. There's a few things that we've been working on in the back end and a few different business moves that we've made that hasn't been out there publicly yet. So I'm taking this chance to do that and let y'all know what's going on. So first of all, we have a partnership that we just did with another rental company here in Denver, Colorado. Haven't been able to talk about it because it's been kind of behind the scenes and we've been working on kind of terms of the contract and everything, but now it is signed and sealed, so we're ready to talk about that openly and talk about what benefits we're getting from that partnership. Secondly, I want to talk about how we're combating the Denver car theft issue. So as you know, there's 500 cars getting stolen per week in Denver, Colorado, and we've made some big strides to combat that and improve upon our processes. Next, we're talking about the Fleetwire GPS. So we actually partnered up with Fleetwire, which is one of the largest third-party management softwares for Turo and other car sharing platforms out there. And we partnered with them to create a GPS product that we're going to be selling to the masses here shortly. We've taken some beta pre-orders, but that's going to be in full effect here shortly, hopefully mid-June for that big launch. And then lastly, with some more somber news, Will, the financial wolf, is moving on from Arslan Fleet. And so I'll be talking about that move and why that's happening towards the end of this podcast. So to touch on the partnership that we just made, this is a really exciting big deal for us because we've been focusing all of our effort on making sure that the management is in check and making sure that all of the customers are satisfied and all of the clients' vehicles are well maintained. So this has been taking a lot of time out of our day. And as you've probably seen, we haven't been able to make content. We haven't been able to do certain videos that we want to make. We haven't been able to do a lot of things and focus our effort on a few things that we're really excited about putting our effort towards. Our partnership with this new company is going to take a lot off our plate in terms of management for the vehicles. So the owner of this new company is named Christian Jansen, who's a good friend of mine and had started his own Turo fleet about 6 months ago. And I personally was helping him start the process from the ground up. So I helped out with, hey, how do you do your automated messaging? How do you get your listings correct? How do you make the most money on your cars? Everything that I had down to a T, I helped him through and made sure that he could go through and get his profile as good as possible. So I'm really excited that he's gotten to the point where he's going to be a huge asset to our company. He has really good systems when it comes to cleaning the cars, maintaining the cars, and also he has been working at the Toyota dealership here in town for the last 7 years. And so he'll be able to have a very good insight onto what cars we can buy for good pricing and all that stuff. So our clients are going to get better vehicles at lower prices when they want to add a new vehicle to our fleet. They're also going to have cars that are cleaned better and maintained to his standards, which are very high standards coming from somebody that has been working at a dealership. We are still going to be providing our end of the bargain, which is the more organizational ends of the management. So this involves expense tracking. This involves employee management. This is also involved our mechanic, who we've trained up to be really valuable for the fleet. Combining the two resources and combining the two companies, we have, I would say, the best processes that I've seen on Turo. Not to toot our own horn, but we've kind of combined to become what we hope to be a monster in the space, which we're really excited about. So stay tuned. We've got a few things cooking with management still, and namely, we want to, at some point soon, go private and start renting out privately instead of just strictly through Turo. So stay tuned for that. That is some stuff that we're definitely working on in the background, but I'll just be popping in and telling you guys more about this partnership and how it's transpiring as we go. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is the car theft situation in Denver. As many of y'all know, we fell victim to a few of our cars getting stolen from the parking lot, and we've been putting in a lot of effort to make sure that that does not happen ever again. So I wanted to talk about a few of the changes that we've implemented to make sure that our vehicles are safe and our client vehicles are completely safe from any theft. So first of all, we are now including 3 GPSs in any car that we're renting out. So the first device that we have included in the cars is the Bouncy GPS. The Bouncy GPS gives us very good insight into the car's overall health and the driving behavior of our guests. So in terms of its insight into the car's health, it's constantly reading engine codes. So if something pops up, say there's some kind of a circuit error or anything wrong with the engine, it's going to give us an alert as soon as that happens so that we can attend to it as fast as possible. It also gives us the driving behavior of our guests. So if the driver's acting recklessly, they're driving too fast, they're braking too hard, anything like that, we get notifications as soon as that's happening. So number 2 is we have a tile tracking device in every single one of the cars now. That's like the little AirTag type of device. It actually came before AirTag, but it works universally with any phone, and that gives us kind of like a peace of mind. If our other 2 devices get ripped out of the car, we still have the AirTag type tracker, which is like the tile GPS in every single one of the cars so that we can track it down if something were to happen. And the third device that we have in the cars is the Fleetwire GPS. The Fleetwire GPS is something that I'm really excited to talk about because this is something that we've worked directly with them and partnered with them to create this device. So it's completely tailored to our liking, and we're able to have complete control over what features we think is necessary in that GPS. We now have a kill switch that we can implement from anywhere completely remotely. If the car gets stolen, we can just go ahead at the tap of a button, kill the car's ignition so the car will not be able to turn on. Secondly, the device has a remote lock and unlock button, so we can actually remotely lock and unlock the vehicle for guests and even provide guests with a link, and they'll be able to lock or unlock the vehicle themselves when their trip is starting. So we'll be able to provide temporary links to our guests. So as they get to the car, we no longer need a lockbox sitting on the window. They're just going to go ahead and press unlock, grab the keys from inside, and then at the end of the trip, put the keys back inside the car and press lock. So it's a really cool little feature, and we're super pumped to get that implemented in all the cars. We're currently going through installs on everything right now. And that Fleetwire GPS is going to be available to the masses here shortly. We're already going into beta testing with a few fleets. We have a fleet in Charlotte, North Carolina that has them installed, and another one in Los Angeles that's getting installed as well. So we're really excited to kind of go through testing. And once we're ready to completely push this to the masses, we're going to be marketing this like crazy, and hopefully you get one installed in your car. And we think that this is going to be the go-to GPS for any Turo vehicles or car sharing vehicles to avoid theft and make your check-in and check-out a lot easier for the guests. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about was Will, the financial wolf, moving on from Arslan Fleet. Will has done so much for the company. Let me just start with that. He has completely spread the word about the company, got us out to the masses, and helped us get to the point that we're at today and that you are now watching this video. So he's done an insane amount for the company, and I can't thank him enough for everything that he's done. Unfortunately, we just kind of didn't see eye to eye on a few things, and from a content perspective, he didn't have much that he was able to do because he doesn't live in Denver, Colorado. So I've talked to him plenty of times about, hey, maybe you should come out to Denver and make this thing a bit more official. That way it would be a lot easier to do the content, make sure that our social media game was on point. Because as you've noticed, and as you're definitely noticing because you're on this YouTube channel, we haven't been uploading many YouTube videos at all. So that's been kind of a pain point for us. It's been awesome having him shout us out from his main channel, getting us clients, helping us grow the company to where we are today. But he just has different ideas going forward. We wish him the best. We're going to keep trucking along. So we're going to keep trucking along. We've got a few things that we're working on the back end for our media that I'm really excited about. We've got some local people here in Denver that are going to be able to help out. And that way we're going to be able to provide more consistent content as we go forward. And we're not going to have to rely on Will, who unfortunately is all the way across the country in Chicago and not able to come out in person too much to see the company. Yeah, I'll talk more about that later. I'm sure we'll have him on the podcast to talk about the transition. He'll talk about it on his main channel in his videos, and we're kind of sad about it, but life goes on. things happen with owning a business, but life goes on. So there you have it. There's a few updates for y'all. I'm going to be out with more consistent video, more educational videos on Turo related content. So stay tuned for all of that, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.